Hey everyone, welcome back. So I'm super excited today because it has been a year since I've been in my tiny house. A year. I can't believe it. It's been an incredible year, very eventful. Lots of amazing things have happened in my life, some challenging things, but I've been able to ride them out in my tiny house. Today, I'm going to go over the 10 things that I'm super happy that I included in the design of my tiny house. I hope you enjoy them. And if you have any questions about my design, please let me know. If these videos are helpful to you in any way, it would be awesome to me if you would subscribe and give it a thumbs up, because when you do that, YouTube recommends the videos to more people, and then hopefully more people get their questions answered or get some ideas. Enjoy the video, and I will see you on the other end. Number one has to be a bedroom I can stand up in. I did not want to crawl into a loft every night for bed. I didn't want to have to be on my hands and knees to make my bed and go up and down a ladder. There's something so wonderful about being able to stand up to make my bed and to get in and out of bed, and also to be able to walk around my bed to make it. So I do have this beam that is right up at the top of the steps when I come up to my bedroom. And yes, I have smacked my head once or twice on it because apparently I'm a slow learner. I'm 5'4". This being able to do this makes this feel like a normal home. It allows me to have great big windows on either side of my bed, so I get amazing cross ventilation. If I need to get up in the middle of the night to go pee or get some water or something like that, I don't have to worry about falling down a ladder, being on my hands and knees, because like I say, I'm just at my age, I'm past that. Number one design decision that I am so happy I made is having a bedroom that I can stand up in. Working my way down from my bedroom, the 3 steps. The second thing that I am super happy that I included in my tiny house design is my tiny house bathroom. I've actually gotten some razzing about my tub because it's so little, but it's a tiny house. I have seen some tiny houses that are designed with great big tubs, but my tiny house priorities were not to have a huge bathroom. I had other priorities for my space, but I did want a tub because I wanted to be able to get into a tub after a really cold day. I'd like to have a dog someday, and I wanted a place where I could wash a dog. So I'm going to show you my tiny house bathtub. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments. But I do fit. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. This is my tiny house bathtub, and it's an RV size tub. It fits me, and it allows me to have the ability to have a bath when I want one. I don't bathe that often. I shower every day, but I don't have baths that often. But I wanted the ability to have a bath. There's something really nice about having a tub in your tiny house. Again, this might not be a priority for you, but for me, it was. The third decision that I'm really glad I made in my tiny house is this washer dryer combo unit. It's not huge, so it doesn't fit a lot of laundry, and it actually washes a load that's bigger than it wants to dry. But I hang a lot of my clothes up to dry anyways. During this pandemic, I couldn't go to a laundromat to wash my clothes. And I wasn't going to go to a friend's house because I was social distancing, quarantining. So having the ability to do my own laundry was critical. I actually use my washer dryer combo unit every week. Mostly I hang up my clothes, my jeans and my t-shirts and things like that to dry anyways. So I don't really need the dryer, but it's nice to have the option. I use it to store my dirty laundry. It's actually really awesome, and I quite like it. The next thing that I'm really glad that I put in my tiny house is storage stairs. Stairs to my bedroom versus a ladder. I didn't want to be up and down a ladder and have a ladder in the way. I'm a klutz. I am constantly falling off and over things, and I could just imagine what would happen at night getting up to go get a drink of water or go to the bathroom and trying to get down a ladder. I am glad that I did storage steps. They are not only beautiful, but they're useful. They hide so much clutter in a tiny house. You don't have a basement and you don't have an attic. And so you need, again, to build in spaces to, my cat just puked. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Oh, it's a good thing they're cute because that's so gross. But anyways, the nice thing about these is they're really deep. Each step goes all the way back to here. So obviously as you go down, the steps get longer. There's a lot more space. There's a place to put your toilet paper, your dog food, cat food, household cleaners. Everything that you need to store can be stored in there. Having these storage steps makes it possible to keep my house always looking tidy because I have a place to put things. Really useful, really beautiful, and for me, who's a klutz, much better than a ladder. So the next thing that I'm super glad that I put in my tiny house, and it was a huge priority for me, is a home office space, a dedicated space for work, because I work from home. When I decided to build my tiny house, this was a main priority. I needed a space that I could work from home that was dedicated, that I wouldn't have to be moving every time I wanted to eat or cook dinner or something like that. This desk space is just for work. I don't actually sit here to eat. I sit here to do my work during the week. I sit here to do my editing for my videos. When I'm working during the week, I bring out my monitor and set up my laptop on a stand and have my wireless keyboard and mouse. I love the fact that there's a window here and I can see the birds at the bird feeders outside, and I'm close to the coffee, which is a big priority. So, and the snacks in the fridge, and I'm going to tell you, the coffee and the snacks at home are better than the coffee and the snacks at the office. I also have a place for my printer and a place for my files. So I keep my printer right down here, and it works out super well. It also allows me to keep a little file storage. I also have this drawer built in, and this drawer allows me to store my personal files as well as some work files. So everything gets tucked away, and I love it. Next on my list was pretty much a full-size fridge. I've seen a lot of tiny houses, smaller than mine to be fair, that have bar-sized fridges in them and with these tiny little freezers, and that was just never going to work for me. Even though I live alone, I do buy a lot of groceries because, like, again, I like to cook. So my fridge has a lot of storage. It is narrower than a standard size fridge, but it is taller. What was also really important to me was the fact that I have a big freezer with drawers. A full-size fridge, definitely a must-have for me in my tiny house. If you've watched any of my videos, you knew this was coming. One of the big things that I'm super glad that I included in my tiny house design is this great big kitchen. I love to cook. I don't know how many more times I can say that in a video, but I do. It's my happy place. It's my therapy. I did not want a tiny little galley kitchen. I wanted a farmhouse style sink, which I got and I love. It's from IKEA. I wanted lots of storage, so I have corner cupboards for everything that I need. In here, I keep my Instant Pot, my air fryer, my Vitamix, my Dutch oven for baking bread. All of those big appliances that I don't want on my countertop have a place. I also have a corner cupboard over here. Awesome storage space, and huge because both of these go right back to the corners. And here I have my garbage can and my recycling. Because I went 9.5 feet wide, a foot wider than normal, I was able to add this extra bit of storage space in the kitchen. And these drawers are deep and they hold my pots and my frying pans, and I could not do without them. This is one of my favorite spots. Another thing that's pretty awesome about my tiny house is my loft above the kitchen. Now, I've mentioned before that I don't use the loft for a bedroom or for storage right now. It's empty. I could have that as a guest room. I do have an inflatable mattress. If I needed it for storage, I could definitely put some bins and I could tuck them at the back there so you wouldn't see them when you walk into the house. It's just nice to have built it in. If I hadn't done it and in the future I decided I wanted to have a loft, it's a lot more work and expense and disruption to try and build something like this in afterward. I find that I don't need the space, so I just don't use it, but I like that it's there. I have 2 windows up there and I can get to them to open them. I do have a video on my tiny house loft if you want to see it. So the next thing that I'm really glad that I included in my tiny house design is a front entry closet. I live in Canada. We have 2 seasons, winter, 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 and construction. We actually do need clothing for winter and fall and then summer. Too often I see tiny houses that don't have a front entry closet. They just have some hooks by the door and no place to put your stuff. I needed to have a front entry closet, and we built one in, and it's awesome because not only does it hold my seasonal clothes, it also is the place where I hang my long dresses and things that are too long for my bedroom closet. I keep my coats, and I have a little storage thing, and then on this side I have the place for my longer dresses. This is plenty of storage. As you can see, tons of storage. If you have a place to put everything, you don't have clutter as soon as you walk into your house, which I really like. That is the next thing that I'm really glad that I included in my tiny house design, is a front entry closet. Not so much a design of the floor plan or anything like that, but just something I always planned for was a smart TV. I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in years and years and years, and I've yet to miss it, but I do watch YouTube and Netflix. This smart TV allows me to not have to have DVD player and an Apple TV hooked up to it, anything like that. I can sync it with my phone or my iPad if I want to watch something off of there. And I always planned for it there. So when I was doing the design, I gave my builder the measurement of the TV that I was going to have here, and we made sure to put the wiring and everything there. Smart TV is something that I'm super glad that I put in the tiny house and that I love. Honorable mention is the fact that I chose a gooseneck trailer. The reason I did was because I did not want to have the loft as my bedroom, and I knew that having a gooseneck trailer would allow me to put my bedroom above the gooseneck. So one of the things that I did was use the space under the gooseneck as a shed. So I'm going to open that up and show you what's in there. All of the components that went into building this can be taken apart, disassembled, and then reassembled when I move. I have room for my lawnmower. It's incredible. I have my winter tires here, my bike, everything that I would store in a garage, I have in this shed. You just have to remember not to smack your head on this as you come in, which I may have done a few times. So I hope you liked the video of the 10 things, well, 11 things that I'm really glad that I included in my tiny house. I hope that that helps you, gives you some ideas. I'm also going to do a recap of the year, what it was like to spend a full winter in here. I did do a winter video, but I was in the middle of winter. So now that I've had a full year and some perspective, I can give you some insight into that and let you know how that went. If you like these videos, it would be awesome if you would subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I always love to hear your comments. I always answer all your questions. Take care, and I'll see you next time.